This is Artisan Loom. I have an awesome design I'm going to try to recreate. This is the Niccah's Song by Loomy Pippi. And she named this after Nix Haley 22 because Nix's first name is Niccah. And I just love the, I love the name. And she kind of did it in a neat little pattern that she did in all, what do you call it, Persian black, but I'm going to do mine in some different colors. But this is the design that I'm going to be doing. This is her account right here. So if you would like to give her a follow, that would be super awesome. She created a couple different designs, and just give her a follow. That would be super awesome. She's an up-and-coming designer. Okay, so we are going to try this one. It is a 10 pin bar design, so it's a super wide one, but it's really a cool design. I think it'll come out right. I haven't made it yet, but I'm gonna, I watched the instructions and it doesn't look to be too terribly difficult. So, but all the pin bars are at the same height, and we're gonna go 2 full loom lengths long. So go ahead and get your colors, and then we will go ahead and get started. For this part, I'm going to use my jet black cylindric, or cylindric jet black. And I'm going to do every other one with a 6/0 seed bead. So there's a 6/0 seed bead that I strung on there. And what we're going to do is we are going to start in the center and place a band, okay? And then we're going to just follow it to the left till you get to the border, just like that. And then I'm going to do every other one will be a seed bead. So a plain band, beaded band, plain band, beaded band, okay? Just like that. And then you're going to do that all the way to the top. Going to do the same thing over here. Just follow this. I have a feeling I'm going to go through a ton of my jet blacks for this because of the pattern that's in the design. I'm going to use my black for. So this shall be interesting. Okay, so do this till you get to the end, okay? So I finished the border all the way up. Then when you get to the top center, you're going to leave this part open. Okay, that's where our cap band's going to go. Okay, the next thing we're going to start is our pattern that she's got running through it. So this is where I'm going to eat up a lot of my bands, I'm sure. So on the second peg here, we're going to go across, okay, and then we're going to go up, okay, cross up, across, up, across, up, across, and we're going to do that the entire way down the loom. Okay, then we are going to, on the next one, well, we'll skip this whole row and we'll start right here. Go across here and do the same thing but go in the other direction. Yep, I think it's going to eat up a ton of my bands. I hope I have enough. Wouldn't that be something? Okay, and it's going to go just like that. Okay, and then what we're going to do is go to the next one, go across. Let me see if I can go back here. I already did that. Okay, and then I'm going to go up here, I'm going to follow this same pattern here and just go like this. I decided not to bead any of this because I just think sometimes it looks good and sometimes it takes away from the design, and since there's so much detail in this. Okay, and then you're going to do the same thing right here. Go across, and then we're going to go and do, I believe it is this pattern, to where we go up, over, up, okay, so I think we've got the pattern. Yep, I think we've got the pattern. This is the way to go. You should have like a little square in between here and these. Well, you can see what I'm doing here. These two are going to be, it's going to be mirror image on this side and mirror image with this one. So just follow that all the way to the end of the loom. So I've got it. Look how many LE black bands I've used. Oh my goodness. Look at that. That's how your board's going to look. Now, I'm just worried about it being such a tight design now that I've got so much LE going down it. But we will see. I think on the side, what I'm going to do is do the Egyptian brown. And what we're going to do is we're going to go and just do X's. I think the entire way up the loom. Okay, let me go back here. Okay, so I did that X, and we'll do it the entire way up the loom. Okay, I'm going to grab some more bands, and I'll show you this side. We're going to go this direction. I'll learn to push my bands down. Okay, so finish your X's all the way down. Not so sure about this color combination, but I took the Egyptian red out. So now I only have 4 colors. I have the jet black cylindric, the Egyptian brown, the glitter gold, and this blue. And I think what I was going to do, and I don't know if it's a good idea or not. Did I say idea? Oh my goodness. Okay. What I was thinking, since I've got all this in black and the border's black, I was going to, because we're doing X's going all the way to the center, okay? And I was just going to do Egyptian brown, glitter gold, Egyptian brown, glitter gold, and then do the blue cuff stitch going across, and then the single chains in the blue. That's what I'm going to go for, I do believe. And since I can't get my pals to comment on how I'm going to do this, because I could add a couple more colors, but I don't want to make it too crazy. I want it to stand out with the black. Okay, so now I'm going to just go on, and I've made my decision. I'm going to use the glitter gold for this next part. Okay, we're going to do X's again, so we're just going to do the X's going like this. And X is going up the center. Now what I've done is I'm using, there's 2 different glitter golds. This is the one I got from Rainbow Loom, and it's got a lot of stretch. But I have all these glitter golds that I got from the Learning Express. And these ones are not as, they don't have very much stretch to them. But I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to just hope I don't regret using these ones. I want to find a way to get some use out of them. Okay, so I just hope it doesn't make it an even extra tighter design by using them. Okay, so there's that, and you're just going to do this pattern all the way down. Because since I'm only using 4 colors, it's eating up a lot of my good bands, so I definitely, not that I have anything bad to say about that. So we're going to just follow the X's all the way down. Okay, so this next step is also X's, but we're going to do it a little bit different. We're going to go just like this, all the way up. This, just take this all the way up like that on both sides. You will just go just like this, very simple. I'm trying to speak over my husband who is talking. Anyhow, you're going to do that all the way up the loom. Now that we've done that all the way, now we're just going to go back and connect it going the other direction to connect it, making the X's. Okay, so it's slightly different. I don't know how much of a difference. I think it makes a pretty decent difference in the design, but okay, and then you're going to do the same thing over here and just follow that. Just like this. Well, look, my hands are in the way. Look, my hands are in the way. Look. Loomy Pippi will understand what I'm talking about when I do that. Okay, so do that the entire way up to finish those X's off. Okay, so I finished that all the way down the loom. Now what we're going to do is we are going to have to, on either side here, we're going to have to add a single chain going up. Okay, and this is where I'm going to try to use my blue, and all we're going to do is just go straight up the loom just like this. Hopefully this is the right place. I don't know. I always do things on the fly. I try to put thought into it, and when I think too much, it doesn't usually come out. So this is how I'm going to tie in my blue. Okay, and you're just going to do the single chains up and down the loom. Okay, the next step we're going to do is I'm going to continue on with my glitter gold, because we did Egyptian brown, glitter gold, Egyptian brown, and then glitter gold. Down the center I'm going to use a different color to pop out the blue cuff stitch. So we're just going to continue on with doing the X's up the loom. Ton of X's. Okay, so you're going to do that on this side. And then you're also going to do, oops, excuse me, I want to go this direction and do the X's. All the way to the end. Okay, so now that we have that part done, we also have to add another single chain. So we're going to put one on this, the second pin bar, and the second to the last pin bar. So I'm going to continue on with my blue. I just hope it's not so much LE that this is going to be super thick. Do a single chain going up on both of these all the way down the loom. Okay, so now I took a seed bead, a gold seed bead, and put it on one of the blue LEs. I'm using a ton of LE. I know this, I don't know how tight this is going to be. Ooh, kind of nervous about it. I don't normally use this much LE in a design, so. Okay, so basically what we are going to do is we're just going to go up the loom on every one. We're just going to put a band that goes across. Now, if you don't have any beads, that's okay. You can just do a band going across, because this is just going to be a stitch. It's going to get stitched back to itself. That's why I'm using really small seed beads here, because if I used bigger beads, then, or spacers with beads on the side, then it won't sit properly. So I'm going to do that all the way down the loom. So the next thing we got to do is we got to put a single chain on either side. And I'm going to have down the center part is going to be a glitter white. So I'm debating on whether to go with a white there or if I continue on with my blue, 2 rows of blue. That's my dilemma. That is my dilemma, because if you can see here, see where her white is sticking out, that's where the blue's going to go. And it's going to be butting up. It's going to be butting up against the black pattern that's going up. So let me think on this for just a moment. Okay. I think what I'm going to do is go ahead and use my glitter white, because I've got so much blue going on now and so much thick LE that I'm just going to do my single chain in white. Okay, and the whole center is going to be white. So we're going to do a single chain up both sides. Okay, so I'm going to go off camera, let you finish this, and then we'll work on the center. I chose to do the white going up because as I was looking through the instructions of how to do it, this single chain going up on either side, that is the way that it's going to be looped. It is going to be the center. So yay for me, I did do that right. Okay, so now I guess that would be it for the band placement. Now we can turn our loom around. Oh, by the way, and I put one at the front and at the bottom without a bead on it on both sides, beginning and end. Okay, now we need to have a, I'll use my jet black cylindric because that's my border color. We'll need a cap band to go right here. And we'll just put it over these 2 pegs, just like that. Okay, and then we can get ready to loom. Okay. So now what we can do is we are going to loom up the center where I have the white. And how we're going to do this is we're going to go in through this left side, grab that white band, and instead of bringing it back to itself, we're going to bring it over here to the right, okay? And then we are going to, I believe, do the same. Yep, we'll go into this right one, grab that white band, and bring it to the left. And that's what we're going to do up and down the whole loom. Instead of back to itself, it goes over. So you're like making little X's. Just like this all the way up the loom. So I took this blue one off that was right here because that's just not going to work. So we're going to start on this second pin and we're going to grab this blue band, bring it over, go back into here and get the other side of that blue band and bring it across. That's called a cuff stitch. Okay, and we're going to do that all the way up the loom. So if I can get it on my hook, go back in here, get the other side of that stitch, and just bring it across. Okay, one more, and then I'm going to go off camera. Bring it over to the right, go back in, get the other half of that, and bring it over to the left. Okay, so go ahead and do that part, all down the center, all the way up the loom. So now, all 4 of these, right here, I put cap bands on. See? Oop, except for that one. Look at there, I caught myself, I didn't put one. Now I gotta find, here it is. Sorry, I put all the bands away. Okay, do a triple cap band. So we need a cap band on all 4 of those. And what we're gonna do is work on these bands here right beside, and basically we're going to get the band that is on the bottom, which is going to be this band here, and so we're going to go in from right here and we're going to bring the bottom over the top one and do X's. Okay, so the bottom one would always be in this peg, and that's all you're going to do is do X's, just making sure you get the bottom band that crosses over first. Okay, same on this side. This band right here is the bottom, so you're going to go in through here and just, oops, you know what? we are going to need cat bands on all of these bands too. I'll try to do a triple. Blue one. And then I need another. Sorry about this. I guess I should have checked on that. I think we're going to need one there. And then I need a gold one right there. Okay. So we'll do the same thing. I brought this one over because that's the bottom band. Going through the cat band and bring it over. Oops. I almost grabbed the black. Oops, gotta make sure I'm getting that gold one. And that's what you're going to do all the way down the loom. And now you've got to do these two blue lines straight up. So you're just going to do a simple single chain going up. Okay, on both sides, all the way up the loom. So I will go off camera, finish these single chains, and then I'll meet you right back here. Okay, single chains done here. Now we've got to do these single chains straight up the loom. So you already know how to do this, so I'm not gonna, you just did the exact same thing right here on these two. You're just gonna follow it straight up on both sides. These are the last two single chains that go up besides the border, so I'm going to go off camera, finish my single chains going up. Okay. So all the single chains are done. Now what we're going to work on is right up the side of this single chain, and we're going to do zigzags. Remember how we laid the zigzags going this way, and then we came back down and laid the other half of the zigzags? That's what we're going to do. So we're going to go into here and get the top band, the one that's on top, and just do your zigzag going up. Hold on. Yeah. At least that's what it shows in the picture. And you're just going to do your zigzag all the way up just like that. Okay? And you'll do the same thing on this side, top band, which is going to be from this side. And then you're just going to do your zigzag going up. Okay? So I'm going to go off camera, finish the zigzags going up, just the top. The top band is just going to get zigzagged all the way up. We did those. Now we've got to cross the other bands over it, the other zigzag up. Okay, so we're going to go in through here and just cross it over. If I can get a hold of the band. So that's what you'll do, is you'll just, oops, I grabbed the wrong one. Okay, and just cross it over. Well, there we go. So you'll do that all the way up the loom, and you'll do it the same way on this side. We'll just bring the other half over and complete the X. This is pretty tight already. I think half the reason is all these LE bands that I don't normally use this many, but it's a tight design. So, okay, so finish those all the way up. So now we need to do these glitter bands, and we are going to just do like we did earlier, and we're going to get the bottom band, which is this band. So you're going to go in through this peg here and just cross it over, and just make your X's going all the way up the loom like we did previously. Oh, just pop the band. It's these crazy thick, I wish I would have used these most awesome glitter bands. Look how long they stretch. You see here? This is also the glitter gold. But these ones are from a different store, Learning Express. They're gold. They're real rough. They're not as soft as the other ones. And this is as far as they go. Right here. This is it. It's far. So I'm stretching them to the hilt. That's probably why it snapped on me. But basically, I'll show you on this side. You're just going to get the bottom band and bring it over first, then the top one, then the bottom one, then the top one like we did over on the other side. Let's try it on this side because I want to go off camera to fix this. I don't want to bore you with that. So we're getting this bottom band, which is going to be right here. And I'm going to carefully bring it up. Now, had I used the good bands, then I wouldn't have an issue. It's just, I wanted to find a design that I could use these ones up. Because they still look nice. It's just that I didn't think it was going to be this tight, but it's a pretty tight design. So that's why I'm hoping I didn't regret the decision. So the bottom one over, and then the top. Bottom band over, and then the top. Okay, so do this on both sides all the way up the loop. Okay, this is pretty tight design. Oh my goodness, it's these bands I used. I just know it's these LEs. Oh. Okay, what we're going to do here is we only have a few more steps. We need this bottom band, which is going to be the one on this right side. And instead of bringing it back to itself, we're just going to bring it straight up. Okay, so go into here. Instead of bringing it back to itself, we're just going to bring it straight up. Okay, and we're going to do the same thing over here. Instead of bringing it back to itself, instead of doing this, we're just going to bring it straight up. Okay, so go over here, bring it straight up, go over here, bring it straight up. Okay, and that's what you're going to do all the way up the loom. All right, so just bring in each side straight up. Do it on this side. We're going to grab this bottom band, so we're going to bring this side up first. I guess it doesn't really matter as long as you bring it up instead of back to itself. So just bring them straight up. Well, I'm grabbing the wrong band. Okay, straight up. So I'm going to go off camera, let you finish this part, just bringing each one of these straight up, okay? Now we've got to do the pattern. After we do the pattern, then we'll do the border. So the pattern, you're just basically going to follow it back to itself all the way around with the teardrops. So we'll go into here, and I'll just go up a little bit. And you'll bring it up, go in and grab it there, bring it over, up, over, up, over. Okay, now you're going to do this side. I had to push pause and restart it because my son started screaming. But basically the next pattern starts here. You bring it up and then over and then up and then to the right and then up and then over. And you do that all the way down the loom. Then you find your next pattern over here and your next pattern over here. So just find your pattern and do it back to itself all the way up the loom. Okay, I've got the pattern done. Whoo, that was rough. Oh, holding that board, it's all kind of buckling in. It's only because well, I'm hoping it's only because I used a ton of LE and the 300 count bands. I imagine if you use the 600 dual layer pack bands, probably wouldn't be this crazy tight. So now all we have left is the border. So just follow your border around and up to the top, to the center. I might add that Loomy Pippy was inspired by Nick's Haley 22, and I guess it's these the X bands that are going up throughout the whole design was inspired by Nick's Haley 22. Great minds think alike. Nick's next design, called Ness, N-H-E-S, has a lot of X's in it. So anyhow, that's that. It's pretty cool that she's giving credit. It's not going to be the exact same design, that's for sure. But it's nice that they can collaborate and work together and come to an agreement to allow, well, not to allow, that's probably a bad way to say it. I mean, because anybody can do X's. She was just inspired by doing X's throughout the design. But it's pretty neat that on a lot of things that designers can collaborate, come up with a design, use each other's stitches, give credit like where credit is due. Okay, I'm going to finish my border. Meet me at the very top with the C-clip, and then wish me luck getting it off the loom with these tight glitter bands. I'm just so afraid they're going to snap on me because they're not the best quality. Okay, I'll meet you at the top. Okay, so I brought the border in on both sides till you got to here, and then I came in and brought this band up and this band up, and then I put them both on the hook. And now I'm just going to put a C-clip holding both of these together, and I'm going to let it hang out there. Okay, so now I've got to take it off the loom. So I've got another hook, and I'm going to loosen the tension very gently because these bands that I chose to use, well, actually it's, I wonder why I would have put a gold glitter band there. I don't know. Whatever. I'm going to loosen the tension on both sides. These aren't that bad. It's when I get over to the gold glitter band, okay? So I guess I didn't have to go as high up. I should have put, I thought that I had a Egyptian brown band as the cat band here, but I must have grabbed the wrong one. But just loosen the tension on the sides going up. Okay, then move on to the next one. Now there's quite a few bands, so be real careful. It's pretty tight. So I just snapped one. Am I going to regret this? Am I going to regret this? That's the question. Okay. Not sure what I'm going to do. I think what I'm going to do, just try to take this first row off very gently. I just snapped a band. I cannot, all this work. There it is. Okay, I'm going to see if I can somehow save it, because there's one side, I'm not sure where the other side is, so I'm going to be real careful taking this off the loom. Now, that's only because I use these gold ones, the glitter. So I'm going to have to do this off camera and just be really careful taking it off, okay? I snapped it a little too hard earlier, so that's half the problem. Okay, I'm going to go off camera, take this off the loom, and pray. So I will be back when I get it off the loom, and hope that it doesn't have a million snap bands. Okay, I just took it off the loom. Okay, and noticed when I took it off the loom that for whatever reason I had another 2 bands here just like these on the end. Don't have any clue about those. So I'm just going to snip them off because everything's connected. Okay, so no big deal. Look at this. Oh my goodness. It's pretty darn cool. Look at that. I actually love it. I used way too much Elliot. It is a super tight design. It didn't help that I used the glitter gold. That was the non-stretchy kind. If I would have used the regular glitter gold, I'd have been much better off. But it's pretty cool nonetheless. And yeah, it looks pretty cool. All right. Pretty happy with it. Except for fixing a whole bunch of bands. A couple bands snapped when I took it off because of these terrible I don't know what the deal is with these Rainbow Loom bands that are shipped over to the Learning Express. They're horrific. So I've got a band here that snapped and 2 bands here. I've got to check it and make sure I don't have any more before I take this thing and stretch it and get all the bands in order. So I'm going to go off camera and I'm going to fix my bands. Then I will come back and show you what mine looks like. Okay, I got my bands pretty much straightened out to where all the gold's showing exactly the way that I want it. So, and I moved my beads over to the center of the band. Look at that. That's pretty cool. I'm going to have to fix a couple more down the center to where they are centered and not so uneven, but that's pretty cool. Look at that. I really like that a lot. So this is a design by Loomy Pippi, and I hope you decide to give it a try. And if you do, all I can say is it's a fairly thick design. It tends to want to curl inward, so it's having a hard time to holding it straight. I imagine if I did chain it, it would lay flat. But because I used such tight bands, I had a real hard time, and that's why a couple bands had snapped on me. But it's okay. I'll go ahead and tie them off. Everything will be okay. But this is Loomy Pippi's design, and it's called Niccah's Song, named after Nick Haley 22. And hopefully you will like it as much as I do. So, okay, I guess until next tutorial, take care. Bye-bye. Give me a follow on Instagram, and also subscribe to my channel if possible, and give Loomy Pippi a big follow and a thumbs up. Bye.